and that was it.
Wow. Whew. Close call, man. Damn, that's a good question, Marlon. Good looking out on that. Something I want to talk about, Lonzo, before we end the show. You sent me an article where you were mentioned in it. You were quoted. And we can't end the 50-year anniversary of hip-hop, I put that in quotes, without talking about Kday, Kday, classic, legendary radio station, not only here in Los Angeles, but across the country. Arguably the first radio station to play hip hop on a regular basis. You know, before hip hop was played 24 hours a day or whatnot, it was only, you could probably maybe catch a mix of it, like 2 hours at a midnight mix or something like that, midnight to 2 p.m. You got, you know, DJ Red Alert or, you know, whoever would do a mix. You know this, I'm just explaining to the crowd, Lonzo. But I would love to talk about Kday. And I'm gonna just, I circled a couple of quotes from this article that you're in. I think it was an LA Times article. It was an LA Times article. But let's see, within the 90 days of Greg Mack's hiring, Kday leapfrogged all the way to number 2 in the ratings. Before they were literally last when it came to the urban format. They moved all the way up to 2, only second to KACE 103.9. Talk to us about Greg Mack, you know, this legendary hip hop station called Kday, and when you really started noticing them getting some traction.
I had been working with Kday at Eve After Dark. They became my go-to radio station. I worked with everybody: KACE, Cute 102, and Kday, and KGFJ. But Kday gave us the most coverage. The lady who introduced the salesperson, they introduced me to Greg Mack, is still a friend of mine right to this day. Her name is Rochelle Lucas. She works for KGLH. And I teach all the time, you changed hip hop forever. You don't even know it. You're not even a hip hop fan. You just made a connection that blew some things up.
What?
She told me, she said, we got a new program director coming to town. I want to set you up with a meeting with him. Okay, cool. I already knew Jack Patterson was the program director. I knew JJ Johnson. I knew the whole Kday crew. But when Greg came here, he had a different attitude. And Greg, he wasn't here 2 weeks. He might have been there. I might have been one of the first few meetings. I just shut the Eve down. Eve had just shut down. I was about to move to Dudo's, and I was nervous because one, Dudo's was in Compton. Dudo's was on Piru. Everybody think I'm crazy already. Negro, you gonna take it to Dudo's on Piru? And dude, they think I'm out of my goddamn mind. Oh man, blah 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 blah. We in Compton for the first time because Eve was not in Compton. It was LA County technically. And I'd had so many problems with the sheriff, and I figured, you know, I'm gonna give this a little test. So I started testing. Well, I hadn't shut the Eve down. I was testing the Eve out. I was testing Dudo's outside. I would do Dudo's for a minute or one Friday and do Eve on Saturday. I'd been doing a little test marketing, and it was cool. It was cool, but it still wasn't what I wanted yet. And Greg heard us do these mega mixes I was selling these Z-Rocks and cut-ups and scratch parties. I was selling all that shit. He heard that shit. He never heard the mixes before. I want some of those every week. And we started doing them. He would give us the hottest records. And every day, I had to go to Kday and drop off the latest mix. And Dre and Yellow were waiting till shit 12 o'clock to do the mix. And I got to fight traffic up the 110 freeway, up Alvarado, go up the damn hill to Kday, drop off the mix. And but because we did that, it gave us a lot of pub for Dudo's. And the whole thing, because by this time, it was only 2 people that were still standing for the promoters, Uncle Jam's Army and Wrecking Crew. We were the only ones that were still, everybody else, LSD, Z-Cars, everybody kind of fell off, and we was kind of battling for local supremacy. And they were doing big dances. They were doing the Biltmore, they were doing the sports arena. I mean, they were doing the convention center and the sports arena. We was doing the Biltmore, Queen Mary, Eve After Dark. But we still weren't the biggest. We was most consistent. And Kday gave us a platform that even before Greg got here, because I was advertising on Kday because Kday promoted Cameo. Before they changed formats, I would go to Greg. Um, Steve Patterson. Steve Patterson, whatever they was, and by advertising. And when Greg got here, he changed it up because Kday was doing hip hop. KGFJ was also doing hip hop. They just didn't have the same power. KGFJ was a real local station. If you went past the 91 freeway, you couldn't hear KGFJ. It had a real weak signal. If you passed the 710 freeway, you couldn't hear KGFJ. KGFJ, it was only in the hood. But even at one point in time, because we was doing mixes for them too, my boy Kevin Fleming, who's another good brother, he had started the format, but Greg came in and just turned it up to a whole other level, because now they're doing it 24/7. And they got 50,000 watts. And they claim that 50,000 watts of AM stereo. Ain't nobody ever heard of AM stereo radio yet, but they claimed it AM stereo. And it just took hip hop to another level. Plus, he and I were partnered up on Doodles. He's bringing in LL Cool J, New Edition, everybody. Greg's the program director. So anybody wanted their records promoted, they had to come to Kday to get the radios on the air. Then they had to give us the group to come to Doodles. He and I would work out split on Doodles. Then he'd take him to Sherman Square Rotary on Saturday nights. So he was killing it, and it was just a hell of a time, man. Kday gave a lot of love to a lot of artists. They never segregated East from West. They supported everybody, and that was one thing that some guys got a little upset about. Well, we don't get played on WBLS in New York, but y'all play all our stuff. Well, shit, we had a different format. We were not only artists, we were all record label owners. We had a different come up from East Coast. So he was mixing our stuff with their stuff, and it just worked. Plus, he was, by having us hot and having them hot, it gave us all a chance to heat up. Shit. Dude, it was just a hell of a time, man. It was a hell of a time. It will never happen again.
Man, sounds so dope. You were quoted in the article as saying, one of the first shows World Class Wrecking Crew did was at Fremont High School, opening for New Edition. Kday had a contest, and whatever school won got a free concert with New Edition. I got World Class Wrecking Crew to be the opening act, and then we brought everyone to the Eve After Dark that night. Talk to us about that night.
I don't know how they got that twisted up. We brought them back to Doodles. Eve couldn't have held nobody like that. We brought them back to Doodles. They acted a fool too, boy. Because Doodles was huge, and it had an upstairs room for VIP parties. The VIP was crowded. Downstairs was crowded. Man, that place was a mess. It was beautiful. I think we performed. We performed at Fremont, came back to Doodles, set up the sound system at Doodles. And I ain't talking about no sophisticated shit. I barely had enough microphones for them all to see. I think we performed that night too at Doodles. No, I don't think we didn't perform at Doodles because it was I had to make a decision. Either I would be a performer or a goddamn promoter. I couldn't do both that night. The crowd was too massive. Caught me totally off guard. Because I'm not hip to do audition like that. I didn't know these girls were going to be screaming and hollering and passing out and doing all kind of dumb shit. And people who didn't go to Fremont came to see them. And it just was a madhouse. So they had to bring in the FOI. I had to bring in extra cops, FOI, and security guards. And it was just a mess, dude. It was a straight mess. But it was a beautiful mess. Put it like that.
Yeah.
Beautiful
that
mess.
Sounds dope. Maybe we can end it. With this question. Kevin DeCoon wants to know, Lonzo, you got any stories of Cypress Hill? I'm interested. 30th anniversary of the Black Sunday album, classic.
Can't say I do, Doc. My only connection to Cypress Hill is through Mellow Man Ace. I know Muggs and come on, man. Damn.
Sin Dog.
Sin Dog, but I don't.
And yeah, Be
Be
Real.
real. Yeah, I don't have any stories with him. All I know is that Mellow Man Ace, was who I'm super cool with, and one of them is brothers. That's it. Can't help.
Yeah, Sin Dog is his brother.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Reyes
Oh
brothers.
man, I got
good people out there. Good people.
My boy passed today, man. Casper, left foot stomp, and right foot stomp. You cha cha to the left.
Cha 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 slide, right?
Died.
Casper. Oh shit, talk to us, man.
I talked to Casper a few months ago. He's been fighting cancer for a while, man. He was, and I talked to him. He just come out. He would think he did chemo or something like that. He real cool dude. I made a lot of money with him, dude. Because when he had that cha-cha slide, I was doing my Chicago stepping parties at the Proud Bird off of Aviation, and we was rocking it in. We was woo. Some people got mad at me because I'm like, I told y'all want to do this right here. I knew this is going. I didn't even. If y'all want to be down, you can. Put some money up right now. Oh, we not okay. Fine. I put the money up. We killed it. We're not gonna get. Nope. You ain't getting shit. You're not getting shit. Okay. You're gonna get a lesson. You're gonna get a lesson. If I tell you put some money in something, if I put my money in, goddamn, best be sure I'm gonna do my best to make sure it cracked, and it did. That was my dude, man. He's real cool brother.
Man.
Real cool brother. Yeah.
R.I.P. Casper. May you rest in peace, and thank you to your contribution to music. Man, Lonzo, let's wrap it up, man. These hours fly by, dude. I love doing this, and I hope you guys out there like this West Coast hip hop history. We kind of did this specifically in the past month or so, and you guys seem to like it, according to the views. So, thank you guys for tuning in. But like I have said for the past few weeks, I don't see any other podcasts out there just telling the story of West Coast hip hop, and who best to tell it than the man who was there, the pioneer, the man, Lonzo Williams. So thank you, Lonzo, for sharing all of your stories. We're still going to keep this history thing going because it's really important. But yeah, man, 50 years of hip hop, it's like next week. I think that's the anniversary. So enjoy the shows. If you guys haven't out there haven't checked out some previous shows, check out the archives. The 12th, right? Is it the 12th? I could be wrong. Is it today? Somebody correct me. I don't know why. I had the 12th in my head.
I'll tell you what. On the 12th, next Monday, me and a group of hip-hop pioneers, we flying to Sacramento to be recognized on the floor of the state senate in Sacramento by the Senate and the Assembly. They're doing a big thing for us down in Sacramento, folks. So, yeah, your boy will be down there getting some flowers and some trophies and hanging out with the senators and the assemblymen. I'm going to check on that reparations while I'm down there, see where the money at. Anyway, we're going to go out and represent Kelvin from VIP, some few other folks. Adrian, he may show up, and it's going to be an interesting thing. We're going to have a real historical event going down next Monday on the state senate floor at the Capitol in Sacramento, folks.
That's huge, man. That's huge. Before we go, Kevin DeCoon says Straight Outta Compton was true. Hey, Kevin DeCoon, we've done a lot of Straight Outta Compton stuff. Go to the search bar in YouTube, type in Lonzo Williams, Straight Outta Compton, and we've done probably 30 videos on Straight Outta Compton so you can get your point of view. But yeah, man, always a pleasure, Lonzo.
I got this new line I'm going to drop on you right quick. I've been working on this right here. Y'all check this out. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this. My name is Lonzo. Some of y'all never heard of me, but I'm the first man to put Dr. Dre in the surgery, put Ice Cube in the freezer till he got cold, owner of the Eve After Dark, 50-yard line Super Bowl. In the movie Straight Outta Compton, they played me like a hater of rap. Don't believe the Hollywood bullshit because it was all cap. My history goes so deep, some of y'all will never know. Just remember that N.W.A. stands for Not Without Alonzo. Peace.
Hey! Love it, man.
We got it, y'all.
Always a pleasure, Lonzo. Good stuff. Hey, that you got to end out every show now, man. Every show.
Peace.
All right. Tell us what you think of that. All right. Peace, man.